Hello, everybody. Please excuse the way I look. Our air conditioner has been broken for like 5 or 6 weeks, and it finally came in today and was getting installed. But anyways, I was cleaning my house all day and I look like a crazy mess. But that's okay, because I'm gonna go do my shower and my bath and my ritual and all of that stuff. Hi, Tracy. So anyways, I didn't want to keep this all for myself. I wanted to share it with you because this full moon has the potential to let you do years of work in a very short amount of time, okay? I'm talking over the next 3 days, but mostly tonight. Hi, Gina. So, of course, I'm going to share this video. You guys share it too, especially if you have people that you know. Hi, Tammy. That are into this kind of stuff, whether it's inner work or healing or anything like that. Definitely share this video. I think that it's going to be able to impact a lot of people. So let me just put come. And I'm also going to share it into the Lightworkers Live Feed group really quick. And I did pull out a couple of cards for this reading, for this ritual, and I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do with them. So if you have tarot cards, then you're going to want to get them, okay? So, Hello, Thomas. Hi, Chris. Hey, everybody. Okay, cool. So we're just going to get started. Like I said in the post, I'm only sharing the steps of this and the tools that you will need for this, okay? Hi, Brenda. Hi, Bree. What's up, you guys? Hi. First, I need to breathe because I am in a motherfucking mood, for real. I'm usually very even-tempered, and when I was writing this ritual, all these things were coming out, and it was like about feeling, like deeply feeling the emotions that you don't allow yourself to feel. And I was like, how the hell am I going to be able to do this ritual, because I'm not feeling anything right now. And as I continued to write it out, and as I continued to get the I guess ingredients and the tools that we're going to use, I started feeling really intense emotion, really intense frustration, and it is definitely going to work. So if you're feeling intense frustration or emotions that are kind of coming up and you don't know what to do with right now, this is going to be amazing for you, okay? So I'm gonna just start with the process, and as we go, you might wanna get your notebook and write some of these things down, or you could just go back and watch it again and then take notes if you want to. But this is a multiple step process, a multiple step ritual that will take you some time. So if you don't have the time to do it tonight, you can do it tomorrow, or you can do it Monday night, okay? I wouldn't go past Monday night, but if you have to do it on Tuesday, you can still do it on Tuesday and it'll be fine. All right, so yeah, let's just jump right in, okay? So basically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to shower first. And what I like to do whenever I'm in the shower is I just imagine, along with cleaning off the actual physical, dirt and, dead cells and all of that stuff, also just imagine like any negativity melting off of you or like going down the drain. Yeah, we're polluting our waters with our negative energy. That's just great. But it is what we're doing, so it's fine. So first of all, go ahead and take your bath, your shower the way that you regularly would. And then we're going to take a spiritual bath. So you're going to want to prepare your ingredients for your spiritual bath before you actually take your shower. That way you can just get in the bath right after. So you might want to have like a white candle. I take a shower first and then a bath. So hi, Tasha. Hi, Patricia. Yeah, so you want to do the shower first, and then that way you're clean when you're in the bath, and you can focus on the actual energy work while you're taking the spiritual bath, okay? So I would get maybe like a white candle so that you can do the bath in the dark, or any candles that you have, that's fine. And I'm also going to be giving you guys substitutions for some of these things that you might not have, so that should be pretty helpful. Hopefully you at least have like a candle and a quartz crystal or something like that, so we'll get into that. But for the spiritual bath, okay, so you're going to want some Epsom salts or some Dead Sea salts or some regular sea salts or some Himalayan salt. It doesn't really matter what kind of salt you use. Okay, so this salt is going to cleanse you. You're using it for cleansing and protecting and grounding and all of these things. Okay, as you put these herbs in the bath, I want you to imagine your intention that you are putting your intention into the bath while you're adding the ingredient. Okay, so you'll want to start with some salt and then some rosemary. Okay, so I grow rosemary. I'm in love with my rosemary plant, so I'm going to be adding some rosemary. You can add fresh or you can add dried rosemary. I have this organic dried rosemary. I just got it at Walmart. So if you don't have these ingredients tonight, again, you can go to the store and get them tomorrow or whatever. Most of these ingredients are completely accessible. I tried to use ingredients that you can literally just go to Walmart and buy. So there's that. Okay, so you'll want to add rosemary to your bath, okay? If it's fresh, that's great. If it's dried, that's great. Whatever you have is fine, okay? You're going to be using the rosemary. Rosemary is associated with Scorpio, and since this is the Scorpio full moon, then that's why we're using this. We're also, through the full moon energy, we are burning up a lot of the negativity in our lives, and rosemary, depending on like what you read about it or who you read from or whose perspective you read from, it could be masculine or feminine. It could be for the sun or it can be for the moon. So whatever, use your own intention with this, and you're going to be adding it to remember who you are. Okay, as you're adding it to the bath, this rosemary is to remember who I am, to remember to love myself. Next, you can add dried rose petals, fresh rose petals, or rose essential oil. Again, I got this essential oil at Walmart. It's probably not the best essential oil, but I don't have like a doTERRA or Young Living account or anything like that, so I don't have like super special blends. I just buy what I want when I want, and this is what I got. Okay, so I also have some dried rose petals that I will probably add into my bath, but you're going to add rose as well to sweeten the process, okay, to add self-love into the process. Okay, good. I'm so happy that you did. So happy that you did. Let me see. Yeah. Next, you can also get some jasmine. Where's my jasmine? Here it is. The jasmine essential oil, or if you have jasmine flowers, that works too. Okay, so this I'm adding my jasmine to purify and to also bring inspiration into my life. Okay, anytime you're using anytime you're doing spiritual work or even work around like passion or love or sensuality, especially self-love, an internal type of self-love or attraction or whatever, making yourself beautiful from the inside out. Jasmine is an amazing herb for that. You can use it in the essential oil or the actual herb. So then you'll go ahead and you'll add the jasmine to your bath with the intention of purifying you and bringing in inspiration and access to the parts of yourself that have been remaining hidden. Okay. The next and the last ingredient that we're going to use in the bath is some basil. Where's my basil? Okay, so again, you can use fresh basil or you can use basil leaves. Again, I've got the organic leaves from Walmart. You can just grab those. And basil is really good for removing obstacles to every type of prosperity in your life, whether that is removing obstacles to love or money or whatever it is. It's just an all-around really good herb to remove obstacles or remove blocks and to help you to prosper in your life. Okay, so that's the last thing. I will go ahead and advise you guys that if you are using herbs like this, I know it's pretty whenever they float around the surface and everything of your bathtub, but it can get clogged in your drain. So you're going to either want to have like a mesh drain, or you're gonna want to just use like a little coffee filter and put all of the herbs, the loose herbs like that, inside the coffee filter, and just tie it up with a little elastic band, or tie an actual knot if it's long enough, okay? You used basil too, awesome. It is such a good herb to use. So that's it for the bath. While you're in the bath, you can also use quartz. Where did my quartz go? Here it is. I just have this little quartz right here that, you know, I like to, whenever I'm doing cleansing work like this, I like to just squeeze it. Like, I just like to squeeze it and I'll use it in my dominant hand to put all of the energy that I want to remove from my body into the stone, and then I'll cleanse it and I'll thank it for taking on that energy for me, okay? So while you're in the bath, I want you to really imagine yourself and the water and the bath doing its job, okay? Its job is to purify you. Its job is to, specifically around the Scorpio full moon, it is helping you to cut ties to all of your like former sexual partners. It's to help you heal sexual woundedness, and that's what I want you to focus on in your bath, because Scorpio is all about like passion, and you know, you guys know about like how everyone says that Scorpios are like addicted to sex and all of that stuff. So when we're thinking about the Scorpio full moon, it has a lot to do with like healing our sexual woundedness, and that's going to be for women. It will be in the sacral chakra, and of course for men as well, but men's sexual energy is more in the root chakra. So females, our sexual energies in our womb space, which is in the sacral chakra, but for guys it's in their gonads or their balls, and that's going to be in the base chakra or the root chakra. So whether if you're a guy or a girl, just go off of that depending on what you want, okay? So I know I love bay leaf. I love bay leaf. Bay leaves, if you burn them, like there's rumor or speculation that like the Oracle of Delphi used bay leaves too, because the aroma of the bay leaves can help you to connect. So if you're ever like wanting to connect deeper into your intuition, definitely burn some bay leaves. They're clarifying, and they're wish fulfilling and all of that stuff. So that's really good. Yeah. Okay, let me just breathe, you guys. There's so much information here. I hope that it doesn't overwhelm you, but we're doing it. We're fucking doing it, okay? Let me get some water. Next, I'm going to move on to the crystals that I'm going to be using. So the crystals that I'm going to be using are black obsidian and black tourmaline, or tourmaline, however you want to say it. So I just have these little chips. My nails are so freaking dirty, you guys. I have been like cleaning like a mofo today, so excuse my dirty nails. But anyway, so I've got black tourmaline, and then I also have some obsidian here. These, I just have like a big thing of crystal chips that I got from Amazon, and if you want, I have all of the materials that I use on my Amazon shop. If you want to go and check out some of the stuff that I have on there, you totally can. I'm just going to put the URL so you can go look later and just get an idea of the stuff that I use in ritual. I don't have these chips on there, but I will add them after this if I remember. So, but it has like a bunch of herbs on there that I use, and like different candles that I use and stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff, like I said, I try to make sure to focus on stuff that you can get from the store, but like where I get my sage and Palo Santo bundles, and I order them a lot at a time. So, and then I have like my little frankincense and myrrh and all of that stuff. So, but anyways, you can go check that out later if you want to. If you don't, that's fine too. But anyways, okay, so I've got these two, and then I also put rose quartz. I didn't bring my rose quartz in here, but I'm going to tell you guys what all of these are for. So, the obsidian is to help you with having like revelation, with communicating with your subconscious, to receive clear messages. And black is like protection, right? Usually if you're using black tourmaline, this will like deflect. This will like push away the negative energy. But obsidian is different. Obsidian will show you your shadows. Okay, obsidian will make you look at yourself. It's a lot like moldavite in that way, but it's not quite the same as moldavite. They are two totally different stones. They have two different properties and aspects, but this one, it doesn't just push it away, right? Like it asks you to take a look at it. It puts things in your vision, in your face for you to look at. And I want you guys to work with obsidian if you have it tonight. If not, you can make quartz crystal do whatever you want it to. So you can ask it to do that for you. And again, tourmaline is, I want to keep all the negativity that is trying to come towards me, whether it's ill wishes that other people have on me or anything like that, or just like negative thinking that is totally not necessary, that kind of stuff, then that's what I will be using black tourmaline for. So the quartz is to, again, put my emotions into, to put my negative emotions into. And then the rose quartz, of course, is for self-love, and it's magnetic. It's to make you magnetic and to help you to remember to love yourself, and just like really loving vibes and everything, okay? So once you're done with your bath, go ahead and like, hopefully you have a white towel. If not, that's fine. Just use your imagination and dry off with a white towel. You can do this ritual naked, or you can do it in clothes. If you have something white to wear, then wear white. If you don't, that's totally fine. It's really all about you and about your intention that you're putting into it. But the act of doing these things with the things that symbolize what you're trying to do are so powerful, and it can help you in so many ways. I know it's helped me since I've stepped into ritual and decided to really put all of my effort into understanding symbolism and the vibrations of different herbs and the different meanings of like all of the elements: earth, air, fire, and water, and ether, spirit. So I don't know, it's really helpful for this, okay? So next thing you're gonna do, if you after you dry off, if you put on clothes, whatever, or if you do it naked, it doesn't matter. If you have an altar space, then sit at your altar space. If you don't have an altar space, that's fine. You can just make sure that you're in a room or in a place, like if your kitchen table is messy, clean it off, and you can sit there, that's fine. You're gonna wanna sit there and go ahead and get your sage or your Palo Santo, and you can smudge yourself, or you can, and clear the room with it. Or you can use, so sage clears the energy, Palo Santo clears it and brings in positive energy. Or you can use like frankincense and myrrh incense. You can get frankincense and myrrh together, but like I said, I want this stuff to be accessible to you, so I got most of the stuff out from Walmart. So this is what I'm burning right now, and it actually, it's funny because my husband and my daughter were being like kind of obnoxious before, and as soon as I decided to light the frankincense and myrrh, my husband had the idea to take Zoe on a drive so she might fall asleep that way. And I was like, oh cool, it cleared my space. It cleared my space. So that was helpful. So sit down at your altar, cleanse yourself, cleanse the energy in the room. And then if you have your tarot deck, you'll want to get out the death card, because we're letting certain things die within us. And then I asked what other card would symbolize like the opposite of what we're trying to do here, and the Ace of Cups came up for me. So the Ace of Cups is what I'm going to use to symbolize the opposite of death, okay? And whenever I use these will be at two opposite ends of my altar. And as the days pass, I will bring them closer and closer together, and then I will also bring away the death card and then just leave the Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups is really about mastering your emotions and allowing yourself to be loved, and bringing in like the energy and the vibration of knowing that like you are totally supported and you are like worthy of love, and just being able to like really handle your emotions better and things like that. So I thought that would be a really good one, because the ritual that we're gonna do is very intense, and I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a few days for you to recover from it. So there's that. I really want to prepare you guys for the work that we're going to be doing on the 27th. I'm starting a little mini course, and it's called Befriending Your Demons Publicly, because that's become my favorite saying. It's like one of my favorite things to say about shadow work, and it's something that I recommend to my clients a lot, and it's really powerful. So we're going to be doing that workshop, and this ritual specifically is going to prepare you massively for that happening. Okay, so get your death card, your Ace of Cups, or whatever resonates for you, and put them on opposite sides of you. Okay, so you'll want on the left side the death card, and on the right side the Ace of Cups, so that it symbolizes like the past and the future. Next, oh yeah, I forgot. There's a little saying that you can do while you're cleansing yourself. I cleanse and release all energy that's holding me back and keeping me in fear. Energy is flowing through me now, and I am restored. All woundedness is revealed to me now so that I can integrate and become whole. I thank my guides, guardians, angels, and ancestors for help in this process. Or you can say, I thank God in this process. Or you can say, I thank the universe, or whatever. I personally work with guides, guardians, angels, and ancestors. I will end up leaving an offering of wine, maybe some rum. I have rum in the fridge, but I just grabbed the wine because I like to offer wine as well. So I'll be pouring that and as an offering. Next, I want you guys, okay, this is where it's gonna get a little bit awkward for me because I don't share this part of my journey with anyone outside of my group coaching program. So my girls in Evolve, the women of Evolve, know that I'm into candle. I love doing candle magic. I love it. I love working with herbs. I love knowing the different vibrations that herbs bring. I love working with this stuff, okay? Oh yeah, you'll be able to release, Tracy, because you've been working on this for a long time. For me and you, this is gonna be like one and done, bam, an hour, you're good. That's how I feel that it's gonna work for us. People who don't do this deep inner work, I think that it will be a little bit harder, not harder, it'll be a little bit more intense for you if you're not used to working through it. That's all I mean, okay? Patricia Graham. So Patricia, I'll put my, I'll put the link for it here. And if you have questions about it, just message me and we can talk, okay? Let's get back to it. So I have here a double action candle. These candles are usually used for reversal work. So say somebody sent you bad juju or something. Or maybe they even did some spell work against you, okay? That's not what we're using this for. That's what people usually use this for. I got this at La Michoacana, which is the Mexican meat market in my town. And I took acetone. It had this on both sides, but this side said reversal candle. So I took some acetone nail polish remover and I took the white off. Okay, and I'm gonna take the white off of this, but I just wanted you guys to see what it looks like. You could probably get them at HEB or any, like a Mexican store. They usually have them because a lot of Catholic people use these. So that's why they're there. All right, they're with the Jesus candles. They're with the Archangel Michael candles. Okay, hi Betsy. They're right there with all the candles. They're the vigil candles or novena candles, however you think of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wipe off the rest of this after this video. And I am going to be using this in my ritual tonight. If you don't have a candle like this, or you can't find one, you can get a red candle and a black candle and you can burn them together if you want to. Let me show you. So you would basically just cut the top off, or you can get birthday candles, that's fine. You can cut the top off and you're gonna put it upside down and you can melt this end and melt this end. Maybe you hold the lighter to it or a flame or whatever, and you can just smush them together and you can make your own, okay? So you can do that, or you can just get some like white taper candles, okay? White taper candles are totally fine. Whatever you want to do it. It's all about you. Okay, so what I'm going to do after getting my candle is I'm actually going to go ahead and what we call dress this candle. I use lemongrass in everything, okay? I use lemongrass because it's a road opener and it is a simple road opener, and I love that about it. I do have my own road opener oil that I made, but I'm using this for my candle. I'll just take a couple of drops and drop it in there, and then I will take some of my dried rosemary and some of my dried basil that I showed y'all earlier, and I will sprinkle just a little bit on top of it, okay? And I'm gonna sprinkle it going away from me. I will like do this around the top to just like spread it out. You could put holes in it if you have barbecue skewers. I would put maybe like, I'd probably put 5, because in tarot 5 is about like transformation. It's about like tearing down old stuff. That's what I would do with that. So then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna light your candle. If you're using taper candles or these little candles, you do the same thing. Take your lemongrass oil and just sprinkle it on there and just rub it in, just rub it really good, and then sprinkle the rosemary on it and sprinkle the basil on it and just rub it really good, and then go ahead and light it. Usually you would want to set your intentions before you light it, but what we're doing is something different. And this is the part that just kind of like came through, and I'm very excited to do it, okay? So what we're gonna do is you wanna have your journal with you, okay? I want you to write confession time at the top. This is where it's going to get a little bit awkward, all right? What I want you to do after you write confession time on there is I want you to spend a decent amount of time in your journal, okay? The questions I want you to ask yourself, and what I'm going to be asking myself, is what am I feeling about my life right now? What am I feeling about my life right now? What are my deepest wounds? What are my deepest secrets? What are my deepest resentments? And what are the things that I absolutely hate about me? That sounds pretty negative, doesn't it? Sounds pretty negative. You know, life isn't full of just sunshine and rainbows. We all know this. And there's no reason to avoid the truth of the things that are hidden from us. Is there? There's not any point in doing that. It's not useful. It is not useful. And that's why this Scorpio full moon is reminding us to do this. It's reminding us to get all of our secrets out, to come into full authenticity with ourselves and with the world, right? Like, so spend some time answering these questions. Let me write them for y'all. Excitement. All right, so what am I feeling right now in my life? What are my deepest wounds, deepest resentments, deepest secrets? What do I absolutely hate about myself? This is what I was talking about. I'm really prepping you guys for the work that we're going to do in the mini course, and the mini course is going to be amazing. So these are the questions I want you to ask yourself in your journaling, all right? Next, after that, what you're going to do after you journal that, give yourself about 10, 15, 20 minutes, just journal it. I pinned the comments so you guys can find it right away. After you're done, I want you to spend 10 to 20 minutes holding your candle, squeezing your candle. If you have the little candles, that's fine. You know, just hold the bottom of it and squeeze it, okay? Or however you want to do it. You can wait to light your candle till after you squeeze it if you want, if you're using these. Because I really want you to squeeze it in there, push all the energy in there. As you are squeezing these, you're gonna meditate on everything you just wrote about yourself. And I want you to intensify and amplify these emotions that you just wrote about. It's going to be intense, you guys. This isn't anything to play around with. It's going to be intense. I want you to amplify the shit out of all that stuff that you just wrote. I want you to allow yourself to release, to cry, to feel, okay? Intensify it as much as possible. If you don't have a candle or you don't plan on using a candle, again, you can use your quartz to push all that into. You can get a glass of water. You can drink half of the water before you journal, and then squeeze it all into your quartz or your obsidian or your tourmaline or whatever. And then once you're done meditating and squeezing it into your rock, then you can go ahead and take that glass of water and pour it on top. And use spring water, because spring water is living water. Pour it on top of the crystal and imagine the stuff that you just put into it melting away, okay? I would do this maybe even outside if you can, so you're pouring it back into the earth so that the earth can neutralize it. All right, so what I want you guys to do next, I cannot say it enough. Intensify the emotion, cry it all out, get it all out, scream if you have to, be mad, snotty nose, all of that stuff. Get it out. I want you to be brutally honest with yourself, because what you're doing is you're alchemizing the fuck out of all of the shit that you're hiding in your shadows, okay? So that's what this ritual is for. After you're done with that, put your candle back down, and then take wait until the let me see, hold on. Yeah, okay. So after you put that in and you meditate on it for like 10, 20 minutes, however long you want, I want you to go back to your journal and look at what you had written, okay? And just glance at it, gaze over it. You don't have to read line by line. And what I want you to do is I want you to underline the words that stand out for you, okay? So you're looking at it, you're not reading it, you're just looking at it. It's like those things that have all the random letters in it, and it's like, what are the first 3 words you see? That's what your 2019 is gonna look like. Okay, that's what I want you to think of when you look back at your journal. I want you to underline the words, sentences, phrases, whatever, that stand out the most to you. All right? Once you do that, you know this is what your subconscious or your spirit is trying to get you to pay attention to. Okay? Our subconscious is always looking for what we're vibrationally aligned to. Okay? So underline it, pay attention, because that's what your subconscious wants you to see. All right? Once you've done that, I want you to really just sit there and stay present. I want you to really just notice the things that you underlined, what is trying to come up for you, what you're meant to be paying attention to, and allow yourself to just keep crying, releasing all of that stuff. All the stuff needs to be released emotionally, and you release by honoring that it's there, okay? So I had somebody message me earlier, and it was like, I'm sure she won't even mind that I tell you guys this, because I'm not even gonna tell you she is. But she was like, I'm really wanting to get on top of this, like, internal, like, deep-rooted sadness that I feel, and, you know, I just want to be able to, like, pull it up and release it so I can go on with my life, right? And my answer to that was that, you know, the reason why it's not showing it to you, why the sadness isn't showing you the root of it, is because you want to release it, and it doesn't want to be released. It wants to be honored. It wants to be noticed. It wants you to give it a voice. It needs you to give it a voice. It has something to say, and it needs you to listen. And that's why it's going to keep hiding from you, because you're not trying to honor it, right? You have to find it. You have to honor it. You have to give those parts of yourself a voice that don't have a voice. You have to honor this stuff. That's what allows it to release. And it's not a release because I want to feel better. It's a release because I want to remember who the fuck I am. I want to be able to move freely in this world and live my truth, right? Thank you, Bree. That's why we do it. We release it by honoring that it's there, and then it becomes integrated. It's no longer a shadow. It's no longer a deep internal sadness. It's no longer the frustration that's been hiding, right? It's no longer these things because it's honored, and it doesn't have to rule your life anymore. So once the intensity of the emotions dies down, then I want you to go ahead and say, recite this. I'll write this in the comments too, okay? When they're fully died down, or maybe the intensity was at a 10 and now it's at a 1 or a 2. You're going to say, I'm not defined by my past. I've done things and I've been things that I'm not proud of. But I am proud of who I've become through those things, or through it. I allow myself to shine in all my glory. I allow all guilt and shame to transform into potent, powerful goddess vibrations. I emit the frequency of love and non-judgment, remembering the truth of who I am and who everybody is, and always have been. And so it is. Or amen. You can leave out the and who everybody is if you want to just focus on yourself, okay? So the non-judgment part, I bring that in there is because when we are busy judging people, that's a really good opportunity for you to find the parts of yourself that you're hiding from yourself, okay? And that's another thing that we're going to get into during the shadow workshop that I'm doing, the one that's called Befriending Your Demons Publicly. It's going to be intense, but we're going to cover a little bit more about like that non-judgment and other things in there, but we're gonna go a lot deeper than that. So anyways, that's it, you guys. Once you're done with that, you recite it maybe as much as you need to be able to feel it. I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it in your heart. I want you to feel it in your gut. I want it to radiate out of every single cell of your being. I want the field to fucking feel it and then organize itself to your command. Organize itself so that everything that you're calling into your life is made manifest because you fucking commanded it. Okay? All right, you guys, so that's it. Say it as much as you need to until you feel it. And if you're afraid that your house is going to burn down, then, snuff your candle out by just putting your hand on top. If you're using little candles like these or birthday candles or whatever, I would sit with it until they burn out. Don't blow these out or anything like that, okay? So, if you guys have questions, then let me know. Oh, I forgot to show you. If you wanted to burn frankincense and myrrh, like the actual resins and stuff, you can just go to like the tobacco store and you can get the little hookah coals and put it in something that is not gonna burn. I bought this little cauldron for it, so it's a cast iron that I can put my coals in there, and then once it lights up, I can just put a little bit of frankincense on there, and myrrh. Myrrh raises the vibrations of the entire place, okay? And frankincense is for purification, it's for consecration, it's for exorcism, it is for protecting yourself, and that's why I like to use these, and everybody actually likes to use these. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy that you watched. Thank you for watching. And I like to try and make things easy for people to understand. I like to take really complicated topics or what other people seem to make so fucking complicated and turn it into like, dude, this is so easy to understand. If they weren't talking in fucking Greek or French, like everybody could understand this. And that's why I try and make it simple to understand. And I don't even try to make it simple. It just comes out that way because I spend so much time by myself. I have a lot of realizations about the way things are. And things just click differently for me. And so I guess that's a gift that I have. I don't know. I love you, baby. Mwah. You going to bed or something?
Yeah.
All right. I love you. I'll get a page up for you guys so that you can sign up for the free mini course that we're doing starting on the 27th about shadow work and all of that, befriending your demons publicly, and I'll get that page up. So make sure that you like this page, that you're following this page, that you have notifications turned on for this page, because Facebook doesn't really show you. Facebook pages. It shows you personal profiles if you're friends with people, about like 5% of your friends. But for pages, you absolutely have to have it on see first, or notifications turned on, like all posts or whatever. I don't post that much. I have been a little bit lately, but it's okay. So keep your eye out for that. And if you loved this video, please share it. Please send me a message if you want me to remind you about the shadow work, the free mini course that I'm putting on the 27th. That way you just don't, so you don't forget to come back to the page or whatever. Okay. So, especially if you're here for the first time. So, yeah, Betsy, that will be cool to have you here. Hi, Rebecca. Thank you so much for watching. I'm happy that you were impressed by the contents of this ritual, and I'm going to go take my spiritual shower and spiritual bath now, and then I'm going to get my ritual on. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for sharing, Patricia. I hope that you all have an amazing night. Thank you for sharing, Tracy. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for spending time with me, and thank you for like sharing the space with me. I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all later. Have a good night.